Welcome back to the channel, baby. Today is a important day for bionanogenomics. Bionanogenomics, bingo as we know it, is down 3.3% in pre-market hours, and I'm not surprised. The company has suffered from the mismanagement of its cash runway, its funds. They made two expensive acquisitions, they worked on their machine, but they took on so much headcount with those acquisitions. Today is an important day because they have an upcoming event, which is the earnings call for Q4, and it's going to be very important to see, how this plays out in the next few quarters, because they're getting dangerously low to running out of money. They've took on some debt that didn't look very good. They still have the ATM facility, but they'd have to reverse split again if they go under $1, and it's just not looking good in terms of having enough cash runway to fulfill the full potential of the company. So what are we expecting today? I'm expecting a revenue beat, as if you follow the pattern, I don't know, every single time they manage to beat revenue by just a little bit. So they are expecting about $10.4 million for the quarter at the end of the quarter there for Q4, and that's analysts expecting it, but I think it will be about $10.5 million. Is relatively nothing if you look at in terms of quarter to quarter how much they spend. They spend so much money. They were spending like 40 mil a quarter at one point, and now they're trying to cut down on it. It's still 30 mil per quarter, and you're making 10 mil in revenue. Look at the previous quarters, they always miss their earnings per share, right? But they just report a surprise with their revenue. So they're like, yes, we beat revenue. Yes, we beat revenue. They beat it by a few $100,000. Yes, we beat revenue, but they always miss on earnings, and they're burning so much cash. So what would be the catalysts that are important for bionanogenomics? One of them would be the CPT-1 codes. So that's like an insurance reimbursement code for them. So that means that across the states, across all states or most of the states, it's a universal code for laboratories to use to get reimbursement for optical genome mapping. The next one would be an FDA approval, which is an expensive and long process. A CPT-1 code is also a long process because you need to gather a lot of health economic data. So you need to run thousands of samples with loads of professionals across the US, so multiple states, multiple laboratories, and ones that aren't necessarily sponsored by bionanogenomics. They'd have to be independent. So I think these would be pretty long processes, and it would take 3 years to 4 years apparently from now to kind of get that kind of data set in order to convince the AMA, the American Medical Association, to issue a CPT-1 code. So 3 to 4 years of spending 30 mil per quarter, they're going to need to raise a hell of a lot of money again. So it's getting dangerously low for bionanogenomics, and we're going to see in this earnings call how they're doing and see what strategies they have, because they need some sound strategies in order to survive. There was a document though that showed a CPT-1 codes. This could just be an update. They could keep pushing the states, and this was with the United Health Network or the United Health Group. You can see here it's for molecular oncology testing for solid tumor cancer diagnosis, and the effective date it says here now was the 1st of January 2024. So it changed. The last time we opened this, it was like April the 1st, 2024. There are two CPT codes here, 0299U and 0300U. I would love to see Eric Homlin in this earnings call address this kind of thing. So United Healthcare, I want him to address the CPT codes and what they're planning to do, and if they have any that have been approved. But still, will it be enough? It will probably give a short-term relief, a short-term catalyst to move the stock price. The thing that we need is revenue boosts. We need adoption of the Sapphire system. Well, the new one is the Stratus. We need adoption of the Stratus. We need to see record-breaking numbers of flow cells quarter over quarter. Not comparing it to year over year, but seeing it quarter over quarter, just utility, so much usage of the Stratus or Sapphire system, because ultimately they want to drive towards profitability. That's what we want to see. We want to see the company start to gain profitability. All the companies that seem to be doing well in this kind of economic climate are the ones that are currently, profitable already. Those that are burning cash and need to raise money and capital in this kind of climate, a lot of them are suffering. They're suffering, and some of them are dying out, because in this kind of climate, trying to get money from the bank, you have high interest rates. It's going to cost you a lot of money, and people that are getting involved in certain debts as well, they're having to go to these high risk people who are loaning out money. So for me, I haven't bought any shares. I continue to watch and wait. I'm not going to average down until this company moves towards profitability and there's quarters where they start to make money, because if they're burning too much money and they're raising, just a little bit of revenue each time, they're going to run out of money. And they're still in a high risk, they're a high risk investment, and they're still in a territory which I feel is dangerous. So I feel I'm not going to put any more money into it. I'm going to hold the shares that I have, which used to be 54,000 but is now 5,400 after the reverse split, and I'm going to see how they're doing quarter over quarter and how this all plays out. Wishing you guys all the best. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, for entertainment only. Thank you to every single person that supports the channel and sends me donations. You know, I really appreciate it. I see your messages as well on PayPal, so thank you so much. And I wish you guys all the best, and let's hope for the best for this earnings call. I'll see you in the next video. Mr. Invest a Lot, over and out, baby.